Black Friday has passed. What are the top selling consoles? We will take a look at that. One has actually snuck into the top three, which is kind of interesting because I think a lot of people probably haven't heard about this console. Banjo and Kazooie, will it ever come back? Apparently, Rare is getting lots of requests for it. We'll talk about all of that. But before we do, if you do enjoy daily content, make sure to hit the subscribe, share, and like. But for now, let's get into the news. So Black Friday has passed. There's generally plenty of inventory. And during Black Friday is a time where you would see consoles sell more because there's deals, there's bundles, and it is leading up to Christmas. Now, we are in a year and in a generation where pricing of consoles don't have that luxury anymore. There aren't major deals. There aren't massive bundles like we used to see during like the Xbox 360 and I believe even last generation with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. But there are still some deals. And now we have the top three consoles that were sold. One of them in there, only heard about this actually myself during Black Friday when I did start seeing the ads pop up when I was looking for stuff. And then the other one, at number two with the Nintendo Switch 2, it's not even on sale. So here are the top selling consoles or top three selling consoles for Black Friday. You have the PlayStation 5 at number one. This comes via Circana. Data shared on social media, which suggests that the family console Next Playground took 14% of the market for the week ended November 29th. And that would be the third best selling console. They say here, as in the UK, but I believe they mean here in the US because we go over to Matt Piscatella's tweet and he's saying in the US and he's recording the same numbers here. And Circana tracks US sales. But all that to be said, the PlayStation 5 accounted for 47% of the total Black Friday week hardware unit sales. Nintendo Switch 2 ranked second at 24%, and then the Next Playground was third at 14%. Now, we don't know what Xbox was at, but it was not in the top three. And it's crazy because the Next Playground is not really a console I think many people have heard about. It is a cheaper console. It's under $200. It's an Android-based console. You're playing Kinect style games. There's a camera on it. You're playing like mobile style games. It's family oriented. It is that style console. It's not really for big gaming or AAA gaming or anything along those lines. But that did come in here at number three. Now, specifically, in a GameIndustry.biz feature, journalist Rob Fahey called the Next Playground a smart play for an industry blind spot, saying Next Playground's stroke of genius really lies in taking one of Nintendo's foundational ideas, building cheap, accessible, robust devices using dated hardware and a philosophy that's more toy maker than tech giant, and using it to wedge itself into a market segment that other platform holders have either abandoned or simply forgotten about. And that would be the family gaming, basically. Just focus on that motion gaming and all of that type of stuff. So that came in at number three. The crazy part, though, is that Xbox has fallen below the Next Playground for Black Friday sales. And although we know with the whole Xbox strategy and the Xbox ecosystem, they haven't really promoted people running out there and purchasing their console. With everything being an Xbox, they've told people you can play your Xbox games on stuff that you already own. You don't need to go spend another $300-400 on a piece of hardware, even more now with the Xbox Series X and S. They've raised the prices. That made it obvious, especially after the second price raise, that they don't care about pushing these things in mass. They're putting them there for now, preparing for the next generation, and people who want to go and buy them will buy them. Although we also have heard of the story that they're working with Foxconn now to get more consoles out there for the GTA 6. You have to wonder if there will be a major marketing campaign about that, or maybe a price cut to incentivize people to choose an Xbox to go play GTA 6 over a PlayStation, because that is locked to the console only right now. It obviously will come to PC later. But it's, if you're Xbox internal, you can't be looking at this and being happy about that. No, really matter how you cut it. It has to be somewhat embarrassing that the Next Playground is now being included into the console numbers, and it is actually ahead of the Xbox, because there's tons of news articles and things that will go out talking about that. So you wonder if they are now going to take a step back and maybe reevaluate, or if they're going to just continue with the same course here. And they're just pushing for the next generation. They don't care about selling their console at this point. That part is completely obvious, especially when they're coming in fourth on Black Friday. Didn't really give any discounts or deals for Xbox consoles. To them, it's not a big deal right now to sell device. That has been the most obvious thing now for the last number of months, especially this year with the overall price raises. But yeah, I've never heard about the Next Playground until all of this stuff did start happening. PS5 is still selling, but even with the PlayStation 5 hardware selling very well, we already know that that's not something that PlayStation can just rest on based off of this change in their strategy that we have seen that is coming, and the future of potentially PlayStation PC side. We've seen the rumors last week that they could be getting Steam on their next console if that's something you do want to end up believing or not. But yeah, those are the Black Friday sales. And of course, you go into the comments, and that's what everyone's going to be talking about, kind of laughing at a little bit here, that it is the third best selling console, the next Playground